right. A little more than usual. First, just what an atmosphere. Holy smokes. The 12s, just our organization putting on a great setting. And it's just, you do actually try to take some time and look around and just understand how incredibly blessed we are and with the best fans in the world. And it definitely made an impact, definitely to start the game. And so just want to appreciate this. That was awesome. It's freaking awesome. And in terms of our team, I mean, it's probably the most complimentary game we've played up to this point. Obviously starting the game out with the kickoff return for a touchdown was tremendous. Again, excited to see the blocks on that play, but a great return by Rashid. And then just, kept stacking plays, the takeaways on defense, kept playing. Quarterback's a hard guy to contain, and he makes plays. And so, you can't get frustrated. You got to keep playing. And then offensively, being able to control the ball never being in jeopardy, being able to run it, scoring in the red zone, all those things we've been trying to do finally coming to life. And you just keep stacking those things. And it was a heck of a win, man. And it's funny, in the locker room, it's like, we're really excited. We're very proud of the effort. But the guys understand that there's still a mission at hand. And we got another week coming up here that we need to take care of business every day. So that's the focus. Proud of the group. We'll celebrate today. Guys will be off tomorrow and back on Monday.
When did you know for sure that Sam was going to play, and what was kind of the process there with getting him ready?
Well, I mean, from what we told you is how it was going down. It was just, there's hey, he could come out here and throw it and feel terrible, and then we would have to kind of pivot. But from what he was saying and what the guys were saying, the medical team was saying, it seemed like he was going to be able to give it a go. So that's basically what happened. And you felt like he was, based on his communication with us, it felt like he was confident. So that's where we're at.
What did you think about the way he played?
Tremendous. I mean, there's a couple plays early that I think to get in the swing of things, but I say manage the game as like a very high-powered compliment. Just throwing it on time, taking care of the ball, making the plays when we need to. I think there's going to be some more. There's some explosives out there that maybe we could get to, but I thought there's a lot of operation stuff that he did that really helped us as well.
Talking about field position and third downs in the last game we played the 49ers on defense. What was it tonight that you guys were the most?
Well, our kickoff team was tremendous. I mean, this is probably one of the best kickoff return teams in the league. I mean, Mike Morris had some tremendous plays. Tyrese Knight had some great plays. That really helped us, start those drives. So that was awesome. And then, we gave up some more third downs this game than we did last game, but the guys were able to really kind of regroup, go to the next play, and then I think some of those we ended up in some takeaways. So that was awesome. The fourth down stops, obviously flip field position, so that was huge.
I was going to ask you, in the way this league goes with people going on fourth down so much more, for a defense, what kind of, almost more than a turnover of the ball, what that does for you, because you get the field position benefit out of it.
Right, yeah, I mean, they don't count them as takeaways, but that's really what they are. And that's something, we started the year kind of slow on fourth downs on defense. And so to our coaches' credit and our players' credit, it's kind of like, hey, we identified that there's something we want to improve on, and, kind of work the problem. And the guys they come to life on fourth down. It's pretty cool.
What specific aspect of fourth down did you work on to improve?
Well, I think you just, you get what you emphasize. We talked about it. We prepped it more in practice, created more situations. That's simple,
Coach, obviously Shaheed's made a big difference, but you acquire him in season, you're head coach, you got a million things going on. I'm sure you're in consultation with personnel, but what do you think you were getting? How much should you know?
Well, he was someone that, I know that we were targeting throughout the process, and I mean, that's John and the personnel folks that's just made it come to life, so shout out to him. I mean, turns out, it was a luxury initially, because of our receiver situation, but then with Torrey going down, it ended up being a great move. It was a great move initially. But from my perspective and the coach's perspective, he's a player that we really respect. When he's catching the ball on kickoff return, you're like, oh, here we go. We got to contain this guy. And then when he's on the field on offense, you can't let him get behind you as well. So, and then the receiver run game stuff is something you have to account for as well. So it really does help the team big time. So that was awesome. So shout out to John.
You talked about process all year long. Now that you've seen that process work in the playoffs. What kind of confidence does that build?
It's nice to get some confirmation, on how you do stuff, but we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do what we do after game and try to nail the heck out of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just keep stacking it. And I'll tell you what, our players' demeanor and their attitude has really just made that whole philosophy come to life, and they've been tremendous.
Going off the question on Rashid, John's made trades at the trade deadline each of the past 3 years. Looking big picture at what you guys are building, seeing Ernest get the 2 turnovers today, trade deadline acquisition, Leonard getting the sack. And what is
2 All-Pros and trades, it's pretty good.
What does that say to you to see that coming to life here in a game of this magnitude, those buttons being pushed right?
I just think, well, I mean, obviously trading for Leonard was before that we were here, but I think it's the same attitude of like we're relentless. You're just, what do you want to call it? You want to call it chasing edges? That's the language that we use, but I feel like that's our philosophy. It's just we're just constantly just chasing it. Of how what are the things that we can do to make our team better all the time? Whether it's through acquisition or it's a period in practice or maybe it's something pregame, scheme, a personnel, all those things. It's a relentless attitude to try to always make the team better.
Mike, what's the early indication?
Last question.
I'm not going to pull a D-Law and end my own press
I was
conference.
just curious, from Thursday's practice till before pregame, how many times did Sam throw the ball? Did he even try?
That's a question for him, but wasn't many. Yeah, it wasn't many.
What's the early indication on Charbonnet and Cross and their injuries?
Optimistic with Sharbs. We got to get an image and stuff, but early indications is hopefully it's okay structurally, but you never know with these things. But he wasn't able to come back, obviously. And then Charles was really out of a caution. We're in a position where we didn't need him to come back, but still we're going to have to work through it with his foot. So I don't have an indication of what that's going to look like.
Ernest Jones, I know, has been a big leader for you guys since he got here, just for him to come through 2 takeaways, just everything he did in this game.
Oh, it was great. I mean, he was like, look, this guy was not in a good spot on Thursday. Or football Thursday, Wednesday. So for him to kind of get up to speed, get ready to play, the guys follow his lead, and 2 tremendous plays to really change the course of the game with those takeaways.
How did the game plan change with Darnold injury?
No,
Not at all.
no, not to my knowledge.
Cooper Kupp's been a guy that's meant so much to his team all season, but ball's not always finding it for him in a playoff game to lead you guys in receiving and receptions. I suppose that.
I didn't know that, but that's awesome. Yeah, that's really great. I mean, and every catch that he makes seems like it's in some sort of high leverage situation. So, I mean, this guy's made an absolute massive impact on our team, and add that to a Hall of Fame career is pretty cool. Glad he's a Seahawk.
You called timeout before their first 4th down, and obviously kind of worked out. Was there something you saw there, or what was that?
Yeah.
Did you think you were getting that? The play was gone. I mean, they were off running the play. Did you think you were getting a timeout?
No, yeah, I think I called it. I mean, I called it in time. They called it.
You've gotten to see quite a bit of Amari Kite here the past few weeks.
Yeah.
How have you seen him progress over the course of the season? And he had a big block there.
Yeah, I think it's an example of a guy getting an opportunity, and it's cool to hear it on the headset where you feel like we have a play called, and JB, our line coach, is like, yeah, I can't wait to see Amari on this play. So what else needs to be said? You're just excited for him to show what he can do, and he's earned the opportunity, and just done a great job. He's been working his tail off for an opportunity to show up, and took advantage of it.
What was the vibe in the building like the last couple of days? And it's not often your quarterback gets hurt 2 days before a playoff game. Was that kind of a jolt?
You know what? I mean, it was just like, let's work the problem. Let's figure it out. Our guys were steady. I mean, we were confident. It's like, I felt like everybody but the players were the ones that were worried about it, So it's kind of cool.
You've had 4 straight games with over 160 yards rushing. That's something you guys have been working on all year. What are you seeing from the offensive line and that part of your
Yeah, tremendous. I mean, it's everybody. Our coaches deserve a ton of credit. K9 obviously had a great game. A lot of it's coming on wide zone, and that's something that we've been having to work all year, and that's what we're going to hang our hat on. So it's great to see it come to life.
Coach, so many young players for you guys playing in their first playoff game today. How do you think they approached it, poise-wise, and delivered?
Yeah, that's been the message. Look, you're looking at a guy that This is my first playoff game, and we weren't going to let that be an excuse that, hey, we're a young team, or hey, we got a young coach, or it's our first whatever. It's like, no, it's just like, this is the next game. It's week 19. We've treated literally every game, every practice, every workout, every walkthrough the same. We're trying to nail it. Whatever's put in front of us, we're trying to nail it. So we had a great opportunity here at home, but that's what it was, and our guys did it, and that's what we're going to focus on. So we're going to handle it from here on out.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.